What time is it?
What time? It's pizza time. Hi, I'm Phil. Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking. The dishwasher's running for another 4 minutes. Will we be done with this episode in 4 minutes time? No, but that sound will go away soon. Today, we're up to some of our old shenanigans, which is, we're gonna make another pizza episode, but today it's gonna be a chicken Alfredo pizza. Not that, it's not like no one's ever done that before, but I am gonna do something that I'm not proud of, so we'll get to that soon. Okay, so I need to cook the chicken for the pizza. You can't just throw raw chicken on a pizza. It doesn't work that way. So I'm gonna demonstrate for you a method I've been using a lot recently, which is poaching the chicken. We definitely have featured that in other episodes, but I cannot recall any of them. So I'm gonna teach you how to do it once more. So you can poach chicken in anything, but what I like to do is I get some water and then I take some lemon. I just have some cut lemon here in the fridge, and I just take one lemon and I go like that, just throw the whole thing in. And then I take a clove of garlic over here and I smash it. You can chop it or you can just throw the whole thing in, that's fine. And that's it. If you want to get fancier, you could add bay leaf, you could add peppercorn, etc. But we need that water to heat up. In addition to that, we need to preheat the oven to cook the pizza. So I started that process. We're gonna cook it at 500 degrees. Using the powers of movie magic, I made the pizza crust according to the instructions in this pizza video here, Key's Pizza. It's the same, except I don't really measure that closely. So sometimes the dough is better than other times. So this time, who knows? I have been making a lot of pizza since I did that episode. I am hooked on making the pizza. And one thing I've noticed is that I like a longer rise time, to the point that the dough might be overproofed. But I don't know, like the more time that the yeast has to chew through the whatever's happening there, seems to feel better on the old tum-tum. So here's our dough today. You can see that it's springy. And while we're doing other things, we can get the dough onto the pan, which I have started using non-stick canola spray for the pizza pan. That made a funny sound. It is highly effective at preventing the pizza from sticking. However, when you spray it like I just did, I don't know if you can see an angle, but there is now oil droplets all over my counter. And that's not any good, so you gotta wipe that down. Okay, so our dough, it's fluffy, and you can knead it or whatever. But honestly, my really lazy pizza making, I just like kind of stretch it a little bit, and I pop it in that pan, and I just push it out. And that seems to work pretty well for me most of the time. I usually try to get like a little bit of a circle going, and I pick it up and I give it some of these. Let gravity do the work for me. And honestly, like the more often I make this, the less I care how the crust looks, because it pretty much bakes the same no matter how much effort I put into it. Therefore, there are very, very high very low diminishing returns. Are diminishing returns stated in height or length? Let me know in the comments. I don't know. Now I just imagine like some old man named Luigi looking at me doing this to a pizza crust, being like, no. All right, I'm getting close. So once I get it to a relatively flat dough, then I really just start working the edges here. This is looking pretty good to me. And again, like if you wanted to put more finesse into this, be my guest. But that's today's pizza crust. Chicken Alfredo is something I make pretty regularly, and I have forever. It's one of the first things that I learned how to cook when I was first starting to learn how to cook. And surely we've done an episode on it many, many moons ago. Yeah, I mean, there's no way we haven't. But I like it with some tomato in it, which is not necessarily traditional for Alfredo. But I do be thinking about how can we put vegetables on this dish that is otherwise a white sauce with cheese on a white dough. But I am going to take it one step further than that, which is where we get into the realm of shame. But it's not really shame, but it's like coming to terms with, like, when we were filming this show 10 years ago or however long it was, I was like, can I deep fry a fast food burger? And now I'm like, can I put broccoli on the pizza? So I'm gonna put broccoli on the pizza. I think actually it could be very, very nice to do a roasted broccoli as a topping for a pizza, and then I was like, this is a fast dinner, I ain't got no time to roast broccoli. But I am instead going to poach the broccoli with the chicken as well. Very exciting stuff. So now that I've revealed that, let's go ahead and chop the broccoli as well. This is some nice fresh broccoli, and we do want to chop it up pretty small, so I'm going to chop it up. These are bite-sized pieces for sure. And I know for a fact that when we go to blanch it or kind of simmer it, it's going to get a little weird, but we'll kind of figure that out as we go. You don't really really need too much. Remember, it's gonna go over a pizza. I think we got a simmer going on here. So we can go ahead and pop in our chicken breast. This is 1.27 pounds of chicken breast. And these are chicken fryers breasts, so they're not massive. Yeah, I'm okay. I just got one tiny little water droplet burn. Okay, and then I'm gonna add my broccoli. I'm just gonna pop that in, like so. And we're gonna bring this back up to a simmer really quickly, and then we'll turn the heat down to low, or maybe, no, actually we'll turn the heat off. And as the pot cools, it will gently cook the chicken. I also kind of think that the broccoli probably does not need to cook as long as the chicken, but I'm being lazy, so it might be a little bit overdone. We'll see. Give that another quick minute. I want it to be at least simmering before I cut the heat off. But you get the idea. All we're gonna do is turn the heat off and we'll leave it. And then it depends on how big the chicken breast is and on how long it'll take to cook. I think it'll probably take about 15 minutes, but it could take longer. So once that simmers, we'll turn it off. I'm still stalling, waiting for the water to come back up, but I've told you what we're gonna do, so we can stop now. Okay, so my broccoli experiment was a bust, but I mean, you could probably have seen that one coming. This broccoli is overcooked as hell. It looks terrible. Actually, no, it's fine. Some of this chicken's ready to go, not all of it. All right, we need just another. I mean, okay, so this chicken is 150, and I'm gonna cook it on a pizza. So, okay, we can just move ahead with that. You know, don't do this at home unless you're an expert like me. You know, fully cook your chicken before you fully cook it again. That's kind of the logic that I'm having here today. And you can see, like inside, there is the fart of pinkness in this chicken. And that's okay, because we're gonna cook it some more. So go ahead and chop the chicken up. You can chop it into the pieces of your choosing. Today that will be diced up for me. And again, I will remind everyone, we're gonna put this chicken in a 500-degree oven for some time. So don't get too skeeved by what I'm doing here. But feel free to tell me what a dumbass I am in the comments. I won't read it anyways. Just kidding, I read every comment. But most of the time when it's negative, I just don't respond. Or I talk about you behind your back. Boom. Okay, you know how it is. We're gonna make Alfredo with Chef Jar. Here's Chef Jar Classico. All right, so that's like half a jar of shelf-stable Alfredo. Might need a little bit more. I wanted the quality of the sauce to be commensurate with really what we're trying to do here, which is nothing fancy at all. So I do know how to make Alfredo sauce. I've done it plenty of times. And for our purposes today, I just don't think it adds any value because this is what we're making today. Guys, it's a jar of Alfredo sauce on a pizza. Like and subscribe. All right, so here I am sprinkling some chicken. Off camera, I minced up a clove of garlic too, so we're gonna add some of that. And you can see I've got a generous helping of chicken. And some tomatoes and more garlic. There's nothing like just scooping up some glop from the cutting board and throwing it on the pizza. And let's see if we can get some of that broccoli out of there. I just want to say we did it. I'm less concerned if it's actually good or not. I tell you what, it looks terrible. Okay, well, I'm gonna strain this bad boy.
Do you think the lemon acid contributed?
Yes, yeah. Oh man, that's really smart of you to remember that. I actually think the broccoli is not really that overcooked. I am gonna try it real quick. It's like just tender. It's like really not that bad. But John made an excellent observation, which is when you add lemon to broccoli and cook it, the acid discolors it. I forgot about that. But don't worry, we're gonna cover it up with cheese. That's right, we're doing it. We're doing the damn thing. Hot broccoli. Oh man, I feel like a criminal. All right, next up is gonna be our cheese. I'm using the Kroger pizza cheese blend today, which actually works great for a home pizza. It's got that smoke flavored provolone. You know something's good when it has flavor in the name. And that's a fact. Wow, that's a good sign. All right, and I've got some fresh imitation Parmesan. It's not Parmigiano Reggiano. It's a Parmesan wedge, which is not quite as tasty, but it's like maybe a third of the price. So This is a value meal for sure. And we'll just add a little bit of that for the flavor. And we'll paint our crust a little bit. Otherwise you've got a pretty boring crust. The crust, this style of crust reminds me a little bit of a baguette or a French bread pizza. So it is a little bit on the drier side in that it's just like kind of bready. Not in the context of it's not delicious. I think it's very delicious, but it's considerably less oily than what you would get from like a chain pizza, which is part of the reason why it doesn't make me feel like absolute shit when I eat this pizza. So with that context, if you don't doctor up the crust a little bit at least, you may have a pretty boring bit of kind of like white bread, which just isn't that exciting. And if you have some leftover oil, you can just give your pizza a little drizzle. And we would be remiss if we did not. Oh shit, that was close. So I thought I was grabbing Italian seasoning and I grabbed Za'atar. Basically the same thing, right? These are Italian seasoning. It's like the broccoli's not even there, but everyone knows it is. I'm out of my schmancy garlic salt, so I'm just gonna use garlic powder here on the edge, and then I will add some salt, thus creating garlic salt. Okay, ready to bake. So I'm gonna slap that in there, 500 degrees. Usually takes me about 14 minutes for a satisfying cook, and we'll give you an update soon. Be back with this pizza. Wow. Here's the oven reveal. Look at this pizza. It looks professional. So you can see the lumpiness of my pizza. It's not the finest, but it do be looking tasty and thick. I actually do want to make another pizza, so there's no time to leave this on here. But you can see, look at that, the crust comes off super easy. So I'm gonna immediately slide this off here. Ah! Perfect. Okay, there's our chicken Alfredo pizza. Boom. All right, here's my my beautiful pizza. Let's give it a. We rested it. It's looking cheesy. It's also looking like it's not totally on the pan. I like the square cut, and I learned recently that my friends don't like the square cut as much as I do. So I learned that by asking them, "Do you guys like the square cut?" And they said no. So this time I'm just not gonna ask their preference. Okay, it's looking cheesy. It's delicious. That's a good ass pizza. And just this will just like make someone who wasn't already angry about this angry. I like Tabasco sauce on Alfredo, so let me add some Tabasco sauce there. Now it really tastes like Alfredo to me. Well, that's a smashing success. I like it. I actually kind of think it could use more sauce, but then it wouldn't be as healthy. Okay, boom. That's how you do it. And there's no pasta in this Alfredo, so you won't eat too much. That's how it works. That's how you do it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this silly episode. See you next time on PGC. I'm eating this pizza, and I'm making a second pizza. I'm gonna eat that pizza too. Bye.